Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another Starfield episode. Today, juicy. The topic is space battles. Specifically, we are going to tackle which weapon is the best for your ships. Particle beams, missile launchers, ballistics, energy weapons. We all know and has pretty much agreed that particle beams are really powerful. However, once you get all the skills to max power, I do want to test which ones perform best and if there's any difference in the tier list, so to speak, and the quality of the weapons once you have all the bonuses applied to it. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go into I think the volley system, which I am wanted for, and the 3-star collective really hates me. So we're gonna go and do a little bit of a massacre over there with 20 or 30 ships spawning to see if we can actually manage to fight them and survive. And we're gonna see how the weapons perform. So we're gonna start with autocannons, then we're gonna go with lasers, and then we're gonna move into missiles, and lastly, particle beams. So we're gonna have only those weapons, some of the best of those weapons, without making use of any particular weapon that is out of your skills, so to speak. So for example, something that you would unlock from the UCC's dev missions, we're not going to be using those. These ones are most of the standard weapons that we'll be using. Let me organize how this is gonna go. We're gonna do a round in the volley system each. We are wanted, so we're gonna trigger a fighting system and we're gonna try to survive and fight all of them off. There's literally 20 to 30 ships. It's crazy. We're gonna use my Scorpion Class C battleship. I will show to you the stats in a minute. First, I'm gonna show you the skills, then I'm gonna show you the ship. Then I'm gonna showcase what weapons we're using, and we're gonna go for a round against the 3-star collective, try to fight them off, see how we can do. We're gonna come back here, get the second batch of weapons in, go for another round, test it again. At the end, once we tested all 4 of those, we're gonna see which one is actually better and if the particle beams are still king or not. Ballistic weapons, once you get to rank 3, will have a 30% increase in damage and recharge faster. That's your autocannons. But you also do at rank 4 50% more damage to individual systems, so when you target a particular system, the damage increases. When we look at energy weapons, rank 3 is gonna give a 30% in damage, as well as a 45% reduced cost in targeting mode. Missiles, rank 3 is gonna give a 30% more damage, just as the other ones, and will reduce the cost in targeting mode by 60%. However, rank 4 is gonna increase the range by 20%, the speed of missiles by 20%, and the reload speed of missiles by 20%. Which means we could potentially have some poor gameplay mechanic if we can load the missiles faster. And then we have particle beams, which at rank 3 is going to give you a 30% more damage, just like everything else, and targeting mode is going to be reduced by 30%. Furthermore, rank 4 is going to increase your critical hit chance, which is very juicy. I'm not gonna go into automated weapon systems because they work pretty much the same way, but if you really don't want to shoot anything, just put automated weapon systems on, you get some decent buffs. And electromagnetic weapons, they completely paralyze the enemy. So that's also something you could work into your loadout. Let me show you all of the skills that I have. So obviously all the weapons, ballistics, energy, missiles, particle beams and EMs are all maxed out, rank 4. Starship design is rank 4 as well, max rank, so you can have most of the modules and most of the weapons. Piloting is rank 4, shield systems is rank 4, and engine systems is rank 4. This is going to give you better boosts and better boost recovery. The top speed will be increased by 20%, and most importantly, while boosting, the enemies will disengage you and will only be able to relock target on you after you stopped boosting. So if you use the boost and then you use the thrusters, what will effectively happen, the boost is going to get interrupted. Then you can boost again immediately. So by using this boost and thrusters maneuver, you could try to evade enemies targeting you a little bit. So that's sort of your defensive mechanic way, other than your shield. Let me quickly show you my Scorpion battleship, and as you can tell, let me just show you here. ballistics, I have 338, 371 and 234. So what I'm using is the MKE-9 Gauss gun, which is super powerful. Then we're using the MKE-4 Gauss gun. And we're using also the Class B KE-49 cannon. Obviously, these weapons have some problems taking off the shields, and we shall go and test how this works immediately. But first, let me sell Vasco somewhere, because Vasco shouldn't be on the ship. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna move Vasco to our solvent outpost. Ship has no assignment. Ignore these guys, and let's start picking them up one by one. Let's lock onto them. Yeah, okay, one is already down. You can tell it's very difficult to get rid of the shield. Yep. Let's repair again. There's so many ships here, it's absolutely insane. And you can tell the shields are very difficult to pull off, but once you do that, everything else it's completely easy to destroy, such as the hulls. So let's go and destroy everyone, or die trying. Alright, so let's engage the boost. Ooh. It's level 12. It's gone. Okay, this one's coming towards us. It's gonna die. One-on-one, baby. Everyone's dead at this point, as you can tell. There's nobody else. We managed to destroy the whole fleet. It wasn't that easy. The few problems I found with autocannons is, one, the range 1.2 kilometers, you have to be really close, and two, munching through shields takes a long time. But once you went through the shields, Jesus, shut up. I send you to the outpost, go away. But once you munch through the shields, it becomes a lot easier for you to simply destroy the hull. Now I'm gonna take all the cannons out, and we're gonna put lasers and see how lasers operate instead. So bear with me a second. I'm using the Blaze 2GWSX lasers, the Scorch 60MW lasers, and the Torch 250MW lasers. The damage is 78, 46 and 33. So you can tell the damage is not as high as the autocannons, but let's see what the lasers can do. Alright, we engaged in combat, and I can tell you immediately that there is a huge problem with lasers. They destroy shields very quickly, but obviously they can't do very well against hull. And they're still pretty okay because there's pretty good fire rates. There are so many of them. This is ridiculous. We kind of have a little bit of a problem. Let's get rid of these guys real quick. We only have about a kilometer of range, so... Alright, so let's move on to the next one. Thrusters to disengage. Boost. I think so. I think I have good chances. Why not? I have big lasers. Oh my god. Yeah, it just... You can do it, it works, as an epic failure. However, compared to autocannons, it's much more difficult. Lasers are very good against shields, but they are definitely doing worse against hull than their counterparts autocannons do against shields. So that's also that. Anyway, I want to move now into the missiles and see how the missiles fare, and we'll see how that recharge rate really affects it, if at all. Alright, and now we are back, and I just mounted the 280C missile launcher, the 270C missile launcher, and the CE-59 missile launcher. I'm gonna have 1440, 813 and 1113 damage for about 3k damage. And I don't have missiles right now. You can tell why it's difficult with missiles. It's just because the charging rate is not the best. So let's try to improve the charge rate by moving power to the missiles, taking off the shields, taking off the engines, sorry. Alright, I completely dismantled the guy, but you have to keep bobbing and weaving and dodging and waiting for your missiles to come back up. And of course, once you're in a fight and your missiles get damaged, you can't really do much more. But one volley should be more than enough to kill everyone. Yeah, they do a lot of damage. The only problem is you don't have enough of them. What do you mean, look alive? Alright, so another one's gone. And I'm gone as well. And that's just because I forgot to repair. But, missiles can do it. Autocannons, almost immediately I was able to completely exterminate everyone. Lasers, I've tried a couple of times. It was so difficult to get rid of the hull that I was spending more time repairing my own hull than actually doing damage to anything. Although shields go down like butter, unfortunately hull damage is really bad. Much more so than autocannons damage to shield in comparison. I don't know, it's just weird. Anyway, let's move into particle beams and see how particle beams fare. And I think I would be able to exterminate the whole system without problems, but let's give it a good try. Give me a second, let me mount everything on. Alright, and now we have our amazing particle beams. We have 298, 211 and 167 damage per volley. And what do we have here? Well, we do have the PB's 300 alpha beams. We have the PB 175 helium beams. And then the PB 100 neutron beams. All of them have a range of 3000 and all of them have hull damage and shield damage in equal quantity. Alright, we don't do that. Let me just quickly go into combat mode. I mean, look. I already destroyed 2 ships. That doesn't mean everything else it's not. It's just that particle beams do extremely well. That's record. I mean, that was a level 54. What the hell just happened? He got obliterated. Oh yeah. Like, look at that. Level 50s and 30s completely getting obliterated. Where are you going? Is that a trader? Alright, let me lock onto that guy. I mean, come on. There's no chance. I'm even recovering shield. That didn't happen even with the autocannons. I'm not even making an effort. I have to be honest. Oh, and by the way, I'm most of the time I'm not even shooting all of them. It's just way too good. Oh. And let me lock into it. I mean, come on, one volley, he dead. Yeah, I bet you. Yep. Take that grav drive. Yeah. there you have it. Autocannons I managed on the second one. With lasers and missiles I couldn't even manage. Lasers will just take too long to get rid of the hull, so I couldn't explode them properly. And missiles were doing a great job in the beginning, but then once I started going into problems with recharging, everyone was locked onto me and I couldn't do damage on anyone. I had to wait. So there's just too much damage you take before you're comfortable enough. But that's only for massive battles against like 10-20 fleets of enemies. And particle beams, I mean, you've just seen it. Absolutely insane. By far the best, even at skill 4. However, autocannons, wow. Autocannons at max range, at max rank are incredible. I was destroying the shields and the hull very, very fast. That is unbelievable. So autocannons, once you get to rank 4, the ballistics is absolutely insane. The only problem that I see is the range. 1 kilometer of range, it's definitely not enough. However, I would suggest, for example, when you use your skills, to take into account that ballistics and energy are not, in my opinion, are not to be taken separately, because they complete each other. Because lasers destroy shields in mere seconds, and ballistics destroy hulls in mere seconds. Particle beams, king. As usual, nothing really changed. As a matter of fact, it looks to me that even though the range remains the same, they do a lot more damage now with the crit chance. So particle beams still are by far a lot better because the range is insane, the fire rate is good, and the damage is absolutely on point. EMs, I would suggest using electromagnetics. They don't do any damage. It's like 1.7 damage on hulls and shields, but you can disable modules immediately. So go with EM if you really want to dock other ships without destroying them. I would say maybe use 2 particle beams and 1 EM weapon. This is going to be very good for getting rid of the shields, although particle beams have no issues in doing that. But then once you get rid of the shields, you just put your weapon, your electromagnetic weapon on and shoot them. Disable the engines immediately, disable everything immediately. They're just gonna disable completely the ship. It's just gonna be stall right there, and you can board, dock, kill everyone and take the ship with you. So that's also the way to go. It's actually good. You can use most of these, but particle beams really make it that easy. It's just much better. However, missiles, there's still a problem with the recharge rate. Otherwise, missiles would definitely be on par with particle beams. The only problem is the recharge rate is so slow that once you've shot 2 or 4 volleys, you have to wait for 10 seconds until they come back again, so you can shoot another volley. While particle beams in 10 seconds will get rid of 5 ships. Energy weapons on their own don't do very well, but when you do energy weapons with ballistics together, then you have a powerful kit. The only problem is the 1.2 range, so you have to stay within the 1000 meters if you want to be efficient with this too. Any other mentions? Obviously, starship design. I don't know if I mentioned this at the beginning of the video. Starship design is 4, engine systems is 4, piloting is 4. So, and targeting control system, which I only have 3, but 4 would also be beneficial. And starship engineering 3 to repair faster. Anyway, that was for the video. I do hope you enjoy it. Let me know what you are rocking. You are doing Class C battleships, you're doing Class B, Class A's, you're using particle beams, you're using missiles. What was the combo? How you're doing with everything? And it's been a pleasure to do another video, and now I'm very sleepy, so I have to go sleep. Ciao, it's been a pleasure. Ci vediamo in the next video. Ciao ciao, pace.